Keep trekking. It's not just a channel, it's an adventure. Just a couple of Yorkshire lads from the God's own county who likes to get out into great outdoors. Trekking the paths and fells this ancient land has to offer us, from the beautiful trails of the Yorkshire Wolds Way to the great northern path of Adrian's Wall, to the great walks in Derbyshire of the Bonnie Prince Charlie Walk, to the Scottish Highlands of the Rob Roy Way and the great Pennine Way. So get your boots on and come with us. Let's go. Welcome to Keep Trekking, welcome back. If there's been a four, today we're just having an amble around my local area. Just thought I'd have a stroll today. Last time I showed you them fields across there, we were just starting to build. It's coming on a long way. Nice wee houses, not so small actually, but certainly coming on. Would I rather just still see fields across there, or is that restricting my view? That's my opinion. It's walking up Car Road at the moment at Deepcar. I'm going to walk along Ollinbusk, which is a long road that takes me towards Stocksbridge. And then we'll head up towards the rugby fields, and then walk up to Bolsestone, which is a wee village. A little bit of history up there, quite a bit. Did a video on that before, I might explain a few things again while I'm up there. And then walk back, and then walk down Deepcar and then back on. Not very far, about 3 miles. But it's getting late in the afternoon. Not that late. So come with us. Royd Farm. It's all into flats these days. It's quite good. See you in a minute. It's amazing how many looks you get walking up a street holding a camera in your hand, talking into a wee screen. It's had a few strange looks, but hey ho, we're not bothered about that. This top side, we've not started building here yet, but you can see further down, putting roofs on a couple of houses. This is Deepcar, and Stocksbridge is just over that direction, and we used to have the gap, just a wee gap at here anyway, this section, that used to separate us at Deepcar from Stocksbridge. Stocksbridge is a town, Deepcar is a village that connects to Stocksbridge basically, if you don't know already. We used to have that gap, but that gap's disappearing and getting smaller. We used to build all these houses. I think they've got permission to build a bit further on, which is completely going to link us up to Stocksbridge. What a view! Another one in a car. Right, let's cross over. It's Car Road. The main site to the entrance up here is here. Have a better look. Go down here, look. Right. Still not 100% sure. Ollinbusk Lane. Have a ponder on here. I haven't got a foggiest what they're going to do with this place. When I was a kid, all this were, what you see in front of you, was like slag heap. The old mine that used to be here. But yeah, then it turned into stables. Wow, it's windy today. Not like the weather we've just been having. Not cold though. But the yeah, that place turned into stables. That didn't succeed. And then it went to like garden centre. That didn't succeed. And then they built back into stables. And somebody bought the land and they haven't got a clue what's happening with it now. But just up there, you can see, round about there I think it is, there's a mound. Well, that used to have the old bit wheel, it's only a small one. But the owners who bought that said it was unsafe and knocked it down. I hope you can hear me. Knocked it down. And it was massive public outrage, but too late, it's gone. Apparently, that's the edge of the site, as you can see there. Apparently they're saying that they've built this land as well. So all this may be built on soon. Not so sure about that. There's quite a few fields. And I can see in the distance there, that's where Stockbridge starts. This is our little divide, Deepcar. See houses there. If they're building on here, you're going to have no gap. Apparently the owners of the far fields, she won't sell. Good for her. She keeps her horses in there. That's Sunshelf Bank. Just to the other side of that, in fact halfway up that is actually, starts at Barnsley, where Stockbridge. But just halfway up there is the start of Barnsley, and over the top, that's all Barnsley district. I don't know if you can see it on the map, just over there, on the map, on the camera, is Wetley village. Aye, we do live in such a wonderful place. As location anyway. That field's absolutely covered in buttercups. There's billions on them. It's a shame to see all this go. If they are going to build houses on it. See, end at sight there, look what's already. Rather see green fields than houses, I really must say. This is Hollingbusk Lane. Some stables there, look. Well, this piece of land has been absolutely vacant for years. Nothing seems to be happening on it. So I haven't got a clue what's going to happen to that, but I really hope they don't build houses on it. We used to have Fate and Gala on that when I was young. Really hope they don't build on it. And just in front of me the road turns to Hollingbusk Road. But we're going to continue. The road I've just come on is that one, Hollingbusk Lane. And it continues up there. So that's where I'm going. I'm going to carry on up Hollingbusk Lane. Up onto Coalpit Lane. This bit comes under Stockbridge. Some decent properties on here, to be fair. They're not bad. It is quite a nice area, this top side. I've got two choices. I can either cut up a ginnel that's going to take me straight up fields, don't take me straight to Balsastone, or I can continue past the rugby field, the rugby club, the rugby pitches, should I say, not the club's in Stockbridge. And then go past the old rugby ground. In fact, I'll do that rather than cutting up, because that's just going to cut my journey short, and I don't want to do that one. That's for a stroll today. That wind with the cover of the houses has died a bit, which is good. Like I said, they're not bad properties on here. Quite nice, to be fair. It's just nice to be out for a stroll. It's just nice to be out for a stroll today. Ain't bad, are they? Right. So, when I said about that public footpath, that ginnel, it's up there. And that took me all the way up to Balsastone itself, where I'm going. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go past the rugby fields. Show you Stocksbridge rugby ground. Right, I've come on to Culpit Lane, the home of Stocksbridge Rugby Club. That's their changing rooms and everything. We've got a couple of pitches. The gate's locked. Got that pitch, not bad pitches to be honest. These just used to be normal fields, but they've been converted. And you got another pitch. This one's got floodlights on, but there's no stands. So let me come out of it. So I'm not so sure. There you go. Stocksbridge Rugby Union Football Club. Hessel. That's Hull way. So that's their next match then. Let's move on. Up Culpit Lane. I'm going to turn left at the end. Then we're going to walk up towards Balsterstone. Tell you what. Millionaire's Row. Call this. These are nice houses, or bungalows should I say. But it is nice up here. Just a bit further up here, one back in 80s, early 80s, and was having his house council were doing the renovations, modernisation on the houses. They had that massive scheme, but I think it was nationwide. The government put a lot of money into regenerating, making them better. I can't say that word. They moved us up here and stayed here for a few years to be, well, good 18 months to be honest. This house here, right inside of this one. I had some fun memories of stopping up here to be honest. Okay, it's that one. That house there. We stayed there for a good 18 months to 2 years, if my memory serves me rightly. Anyway, it was only a nipper really. Last year at juniors, I think I was just going up to high school, early 80s. That first house back there. So that was my first introduction to Stocksbridge, as living in it. When I lived back at Deepcar, but when I was married, we used to live on this estate. This is Whitwell Estate. We used to live on here, further down, but it was okay. But that was the first introduction I had to living up here. Whitwell Moors at distance. Done a few videos up there in past. Just surrounded by countryside and moors. Stunning. So I'm going to turn left here. We end up towards the wee village of Balsterstone. That's looking right up onto top of Whitwell Moors. That's your trig point at the Heights, it's called. That's a fair distance away. I'm not going up there today. To zoom back out, see how far away it is. Now coming up on that side is what used to be the old rugby pitch. I can see why they moved. I'll show you in a minute. This is the old rugby pitch. There you can see that. See how uneven that is. Not very flat. You would never know that was a rugby pitch. Just let me zoom in a sec. There, I've got my sheep. So I might as well put a picture of a plane on right now. There you go. Zoom back out. There's no way I'm going to get a picture of a plane today. It's just started to drizzle. But yeah, that's the old rugby pitch here at Stocksbridge, going into Balsterstone. And that weather front He's not looking good. Couldn't resist. So, we're just coming into the wee hamlet of Balsastone, as we say Balsastone, or just Stone. There's a few nice things. It's a beautiful hamlet. Kind of nice and green that looks. It's a nice pub, a lovely church to be fair. The village hall, there used to be a shop up here that used to serve the best ice cream they'll ever taste. But that's no longer there. It used to be a post office as well, like. And every year, I'm not sure if it's happening this year, some say it is, some say it didn't. They have a fair, Balsastone Village Fair, and it is really good actually, brilliant. I don't think it's as busy and as good as it used to be, but what is, some public toilets, really new, you needed to know that. That house across the road there, with the, oh, that one I'm showing you, before they built that, there used to be a car sales pitch, used to be there. So, Balsastone. If I came up that path that I said I was going to cheat, and I come out here, where the fields are, just there, look. Opposite me, you've got the Castle Inn. That used to be my local for years, that did. Used to be some benches up front, but I can't see foot cars. I've got to say, I've walked up on them benches a few times, years past, in my late teens, I'll tell you. That was built in 1840. A little bit of garden outside now. That used to just be the drive for the people that ran the place. 1840, the Castle Inn. A function room upstairs. Not massive, but it was big enough, I suppose, for what you needed. I'm not calling in for a pint. Not today. It is open though. There's a tree planted just around this corner. Queen Victoria's Jubilee. Called the Jubilee tree. That's this one here. Now I said that post office and best ice cream. You see that used to be a shop, can't you? It used to be there. This is St Mary's Church at the side of it. It's a nice wee church. Not a bad village, to be honest. A few of the more things up here, but just having a wee walk around and then I'll head back. Hi, St Mary's Church. That's a beautiful cenotaph war memorial, to be fair. 1879 this church was built, but there's been worship on this land, on this site, for centuries. Very old site. Used to be owned by the Earl of Shrewsbury, all this land, at one time of day. He used to have an old manor house castle. Go through the gate across there, walk into the field. There's remains of the old manor castle thing there. These gates commemorate Victoria, Jubilee again. Yeah, it is a beautiful wee village. My ma's buried in there, and my nana and granddad. Nice wee cottages, 1830s. The village hall at the back of me was opened in 1852, closed in 1992. That used to be the old school. Yeah, national school it was. Just further down that lane, yeah, there's a smaller school. I think this was the juniors. That'd have been the infants, or whatever you want to call it, primary school, secondary school, whatever. These days, Got the old pump. There in the village square. Outside the church, you've got the old stocks. Now that's not in its original position. I think the stocks used to be somewhere over here. I think this was greened at one point and the stocks used to be in the middle. But they've got the stocks and the whipping post just there. Outside St Mary's now. That's your whipping post. To tie you to and whip you. Or the stocks where they throw rotten tomatoes or whatever vegetables they could, whatever they could throw at you, I think. These two large stones here is reputably where the name Bolster Stone got its name from. I don't know what they were for. They're the Bolster stones. Some say they're an old font for one of the original churches, or the original church that used to stand here. And that was the old original font where they baptised you. But who knows? Not so sure. Let's move on. I do apologise, the sound's going to have gone a bit dodgy now. Because my microphone, I forgot to charge it. I come out on a whim. You don't see many of them these days. That, believe it or not, to our younger viewers, that was our mobile phone. If you wanted to ring anybody, that's what you had to come and use. I think most of the people bought them when they got decommissioned, and that's still using. There's still a phone in that one. But most people bought them and put them in the gardens, or used them as libraries these days. I'm just going to walk down Walder's Lane, as you can see there. This building I'm going to talk about in a second. This building here is part of the old castle. You can see the archway there and the door. But this is part of the old castle manor house, really. It's the Porter's Lodge, Bolster Stone Castle. Supposedly the date of that door is 1230. I mean, I'd have been alright in them days. That door's perfect size for me, being a dwarf. But yeah, Stocksbridge Rugby Club, when they used to have their pitch further down that I showed you, I believe they used to come and change in here. So they used it as their changing room. So 13th century changing room. It's not bad, is it? Looks like a bit of vandalism. No, unfortunately. That gable end there to that person's house was also part of the old castle. Obviously that's somebody's house, I can't get any closer to that. But that's all that remains these days. Yeah, that building I've just been on about, the other side of that, that's called Castle Lodge. But in here, I'm hoping the wind's not going to bother me now with this, having no microphone. In here back here 15 years ago, 20 years ago maybe, might not have been as long as that, just seems that long since. They did an archaeological dig and they unearthed the remains of the old manor castle house, the Bolster Stone Castle. But in their wisdom, they missed out on an opportunity here. They covered it all back up because they use this as a fake ground. But they could have put wee plaques up and they could have had that open as a little tourist thing. But I presume they decided not to. And the money from the fete and everything was probably more profitable than having a free tourist site. That's Castle Farm. Not sure how old it is. I'll put the age on the screen if I find any information. Now, just like I said, I've just walked down Walder's Lane. Now, Walder was an old Anglo-Saxon chief, reputedly around these parts, and he's meant to be buried up on it. Where is it? That wee mound. Look back on one of my videos. I did a video talking about that and actually went up to it. That's called Walder's Low. It was built, I think it was 1830s. There's a wee monument. Looks a bit like that, to be fair. I'm not swearing by that. That's what it looks like. And I think that was 1830s. Remington Wilson, who actually owned all the land around here, used to have Brumhead Hall. Talked about that when I did the stone circle not so long back. No longer stands. He owned it and he had it built, but the mound it sits on is meant to be thousand odd year old, whenever the Saxons was here. That's where he's meant to be buried. That's Walder's Low. Walder's his name, and Low because it's his burial site. Don't know, somebody said they did a survey, a ground survey on it. I don't think they found much, but they're still dubious about it and they're not 100% sure if they did or not. Nobody ever lets you know these things. I want to tell you something though, the rabbits round here are big. Aren't they? Look at the size of them beasties. Just near the St Mary's Church. This is Cockshot Lane. I always used to pronounce it wrong, you can imagine. Walking back down towards Deepcar now. You can see the weather's completely changed from when I started. It is drizzling a wee bit, but not to be shouting about. I'm just a bit miffed. I didn't charge me microphone. But hey, I hope this comes out alright. Right, get round this corner, just come round a bad bend. Then I'm going to cross over to the right side of the road. Just let this car go, this van. And I can cross over and get on the proper side of the road before I get skittled by this other one. There might be some blackberries. Yeah, I'll zoom in a minute, and when I get around this other corner, I'll zoom in and show you Walder's Low, and you'll see what I mean by the design of it. Don't know if you can see that, that's the last shot I'm going to get of it, but you see the wheel in the middle, the mound? You see the monument on the top? That's Walder's Low. From certain angles it certainly looks like a one finger salute. Let's say 1830 I think it was laid, it was built, the monument. I'll zoom right out, that's how far it is. The building on the top, there, zoom in for that one. I'm not sure if that was, I know it's Second World War. I don't think it was a gun emplacement, I think it was probably a spotlight emplacement. I have been inside it and there's a big hole in the roof. I think it might be where a spotlight used to be for air raids, you know, like to look up for planes and things. Anybody knows anything, drop us a comments below please. It's actually nice to see that these roads have been done. I think they were done for the Tour de France or Tour de Yorkshire maybe, when they had it up here. I'm just about to get skittled with these cars. I think they did it then, but these roads definitely needed doing. They were shocking. That's a beautiful vista of the Steel Valley, Stocksbridge. Right, I'm going to get on to my point of the day. That's not that, by the way. I haven't got my party hat on today. We're going to buy some party hats and put a party hat on. I've actually surpassed my 200th subscriber. Thank you very, very, very much to every single one of you. Every one of you means $1 billion to me and Phil. Thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. It really helps us out and I'm so happy. My target for this year, I'll say our target, I'm not leaving you out, Phil. Our target for this year was to get to 200 subscribers. And it's June. And it's only halfway through here. And we've reached this target. So please, hammer that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up and like our videos. Really helps us out. Let's see how many we can get before December, or should I say before January. Brilliant. thank you very much. Not especially, but thank you to the people that made it for us to get to 200 and just after 200. We got 202 last time I looked, which was earlier today. 202 subscribers. Absolutely buzzing. Never thought I'd get to 200. I know some of you might be watching. I know some of you have got some really big channels that do follow us and watch us. I know that because they comment on me on us videos. We've got a lot of subscribers, but 200 to us, we're only a fledgling channel. We're never going to be big. We're not doing out different really to many people, although I do extra videos and different ones. Just let me get this tractor to go past, because obviously I've no microphone. Give me a second. Right, but to get to 200 subscribers for us, I never thought we'd do that. Never thought we'd get anywhere near 200, and we've just gone past 200. So let's keep going. Let's build this channel and see how far we can get with it. Absolutely amazing. So thank you very much. So this month's shout out is to every single one of you subscribers to keep trekking. It's much appreciated. Like I said, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I'm Phil. Medic! Afternoon, Maggie. So I'm just about back at the crossroads where they're building the new housing estate, and obviously that side is the roof to those stables or whatever they're going to be. Golf course on that side. Only thing I think about golf, it spoils a good walk. It spoils a good walk. It's not my cup of tea of golf, to be honest. But I'm just about back to where I started, so I'm going to leave the video here. I'm just coming back into Deepcar, it's Sen. So thank you very much for watching. Keep trekking. Trek on. Till next time. Ta-da! At least it didn't bounce it down on me.